Hello, hello. Let's get rid of that. What is this, Tron? How you all doing? Hope everyone's good. It's warm here, super warm. So let's draw before my office becomes too unpleasantly warm. So we've got a slightly older male model today. It should be interesting. Let's see what we can do. I'll turn the music down. There we go. Hopefully that's better. Before I start getting complaints. Noah, welcome as a member. Awesome. And welcome all new members. You will find a link to the reference in the community chat tab. Doug, what's up, man? Hope you're well. Yeah, so let's draw. I think we'll start with probably the usual. Let's aim for 15. It might go a little longer. You know the drill. All right. Oh, let me reset the clock. All right. Yeah, let's plan on a 15. All right, let me start the clock. Yeah, it's really warm here. Hopefully it won't get too smudgy. Okay. Come on. I already know I don't like this pencil. Why do I keep putting it back in the tin of pencils to use? All right, let's try this one. Slightly better. And the supporting leg coming down this way, but I'm only going to draw to about the knee. Faces. Inguinal ligament, sitting about there. This is obviously the supporting leg coming down this way. Best party in town, absolutely, for sure. Most mellow party in town, I'm sure too. Which is somewhat welcome today. Feeling quite chill. Looks a little light on the screen while I'm drawing, kind of light. Maybe a tiny bit of burnout on the camera. Turn down the light a little bit. That might be a tad better. Manubrium. Clavicle. You see where the rib cage comes down here. We got lovely compression on this side, the oblique. Get a hint of that sartorius coming down that way. Okay. Pectoral. Coming down here. That music is not going to work for me. Here we go. Head of the humerus, about here. A little bit lower. Latissimus. Pectoral, coming from the humerus. Have eaten a gummy. What kind of gummy, Rick? Hmm? So we've got this hand sitting here, and he's running this stick right across the form like that. And obviously holding it in this hand, so luckily this all matches. Yeah, Donna, it's warm here in the UK today, isn't it? It's a beautiful day. Finally feels like summer. Don't know how long it'll last, but it is really lovely. It does make drawing a tad bit of a challenge, though. When the drawing wants to smudge under the best of times, it's kind of weather doesn't help too much. But yeah, what are you going to do? Yeah, I agree, Donna. We'll see. I'm not going to hold my breath. I'd like it to last. We've had one of the wettest winters on record here. And to say that it's got old would be an understatement. How warm is it, Richard? You see, Tina, I'm going to tell you the numbers and you're going to laugh. Because it's only about 70, I think 72 maybe. But it's, well, that's pretty much it. No, it feels a hell of a lot warmer, honestly. Plus, we don't have AC for the most part in this country, in houses and that, and also, yeah, the houses are just not very well. This house in particular is not greatly insulated for it. But I know you're like 72. That's ridiculous. That's perfect. Trust me, as someone who lived in LA for many years, I do get the absurdity of that statement. Yeah, okay, I know, it's about 90 here, I get it. Yeah, look, I know. I shouldn't even be talking about the weather. But for, you know, for us, it's been hovering around the 50s here for just weeks and weeks and weeks, it seems. Okay, this music's a little too fun. It's a British 72. Yeah, look, we had, what was it? I don't know if it was last summer or the summer before. It got up to like 104 here for a few days. Which is decent heat, I think, by anyone's standards. But as I said, like, yeah, it's also humid. Well, it is where I am anyway, which doesn't help. Anyway, yeah, I shouldn't really, I'm not complaining. Use Celsius in England. They do for the most part, Rick, but I don't. You know, it's funny, I use Celsius in winter and Fahrenheit in summer because I believe that Celsius being 0, being freezing, is correct. And I think 100 degrees Fahrenheit is a pretty good yardstick for really bloody hot. Celsius for me doesn't register. If I say, oh, it's 35 degrees Celsius, which is, what, in the 90s, it doesn't really add up. But saying it's 100 degrees or it's 98 degrees feels right. So yeah, I literally switch on my phone and everything. I like Celsius in winter, Fahrenheit in summer, and to me that makes the most sense, especially as someone, you know, basically coming from the States. think this hand probably needs to come up a little, probably to about here. Yeah. Yeah, it can get uncomfortable, right, Donna? I think, you know, the UK is slowly, well, especially as the climate changes, it is getting its act together a little bit with things like AC. But I would say I'd be surprised if 5% of the population have air conditioning in this country. So it's expensive. Okay, we'll just go a few more minutes on this, huh? Just a few. Kind of like the incompleteness of it, so I'm going to keep it. Just hit a little bit of this shadow. Enough. All right. You see, I don't really want to fill in the shadow in the way it is in the reference. If I need to make a decision. You know, I'm going to leave it there. Cool. Lucas said, I'm no doctor, but I think too much AC can be hard on the body. Yeah, I'm no doctor, and I think too much heat can be hard on the body, Lucas. So I do appreciate your sentiment, but when you live in somewhere like, well, so many places these days, you've got to have AC. It's just not. It's not really up for much debate, to be honest. Places that would just simply be unlivable without it. But yes, I do think it's probably overused a little bit. Okay. Next pose. All right, so we have a seated pose. This is nice. I think probably about the same amount of time, maybe. I've got 6 poses in total. Let's aim for around a 20 on this next one. Jeffrey, working with willow charcoal, huh? Yeah, look, I think on the right paper, it's a fun medium. And it definitely is about pulling light around, I think, more with willow charcoal than the kind of level of accuracy that you get with the pencil, you know? Okay. The clock has started. I love the way his left hand is positioned the way it is. It's really interesting. So the pectoral's coming to about here. Let's use that as just a indicator for now. Iliac crest is probably sitting about here. Leg coming back this way. That'll do for now. Come back to that. Head of the humerus, something about here. Coming down. Elbow. Very lovely symmetry to the deltoid here with the pectoral, very square-like. I'll try and grab some of that as an idea. Okay. God, I feel sorry. I feel like I need to apologize. I'm super low. Not that I'm super low energy. I've got energy. I'm super untalkative right now. Yeah. No worries, Aditya. Nothing happened. Just some drawing. You didn't miss much. Yeah, this arm is fascinating. I think I have his forearm a little thick. More like that. Richard, there is a person on YouTube named Lewis Rossman, a veteran technician, who's for people having the right to repair their products. It's an interesting chap. All right. Yeah, the right to repair it thing is really interesting. Debate. Well, it's not even a debate. Everyone should have the right to repair, right? Just this, as much as a right to repair, we need to get away from this throwaway society, this disposable society. It's so damaging. Oh, we've got this other arm, don't we? Completely forgotten about. Literally, that's not that long. It's probably more about here. Coming up this way. Alright. Song's coming to an end anyway. Alright, I need to change up the music a little. Don't think this is helping my... You know. I want to put a little bit of energy into this. Come on. What are we going to listen to? Alright, I'm going to go rogue here. This could go really well or really badly. Let's see. We'll go with it for now. No vocals. No vocals. That's my one stipulation. Okay. Jump by the Pointer Sisters. Yeah, only we've got so many, you know, there's so much music I would love to play on this stream that would just get me in all kinds of legal issues. Okay, let's keep going. Yeah, some super interesting shape language with this guy. Yeah, the John Deere thing is absolutely bizarre, isn't it? Yeah, it's got Monsanto energy about it as a philosophy. Jeffrey, you seem to know a lot about John Deere parts. Fair enough. Unmounted, huh? A Gator tire, a Gator utility, no, hold on, what was that? Utility tire, what's a Gator utility tire? You see, you might as well be speaking a completely different language. When will you show Penny on live, Richard? You know, it's funny, just before the stream, she was lying under my desk here. I think she hasn't experienced heat before, and I don't know, she doesn't seem to know what to make of it. She's been acting all kind of lethargic all day. And I had to get my daughter to take her, just to distract her as much as anything. Also, I'd be a bit afraid to start a stream with her sitting or lying under my desk all quietly, because there's a very good chance it wouldn't remain that way. But yes, I'll get Penelope back on the stream. She has grown so much. It's like she has it's just kind of crazy how fast puppies grow. Like, I know kilos won't mean much to you Americans, but when we got her, she was 5.2 kilos. She's now 12.3 kilos. So that's about, she's now about 27 pounds for those working in real money. And she was about 10 pounds when we got her. Now, I'm doing a real good job of just kind of completely ignoring things going on. There's this other leg too. Oh, half tempted not to put it in, honestly. I feel like the drawing kind of works without it. Here we go. This is a bit more lively. All right. Maybe I'll suggest the other leg, because otherwise it's just going to look weird. Probably draw the stool as well. Give context and all that. At least he's not just floating in space now. All right, 22 minutes already. Gosh. Okay. Well. Let's get in some shadow. Look at that elbow. I haven't done it justice at all. There's just so many cool ideas going on there. as a Hispanic person, we don't say the X in Mexico. It's Mexico. I know that. But you see, also, I think that someone like me saying Mexico sounds like I'm trying way too hard. That's the problem. And I've got a question for you then. You say Mexico, but if you were saying that person is Mexican, do you say that person is Mexican? To me, that seems a bit wrong. But what do I know? I really don't know. That's the point. Yes, it's a great pose. You know, it'd be very easy to look at a pose like this and just go, what's that giving us? But in actual fact, as I think it was Bill Watterson said, there's beauty everywhere. All right, let's see, what are we going to do with this pose? Shall we throw in just a little bit of tone? Come on, we'll throw in a tiny bit. For males, it's Mexicano, and female would be, how do you say that? Mexicana? Yes, but what if you're talking about a group of Mexicans? Sorry, I'm not trying, I just don't know. Mexicana? Mexicana? Yeah, but that's still male, female, right? Don't forget today's embarrassing story. Hemant, I don't know if I've got the energy today for a story. An embarrassing story. Is that what we agreed on? An embarrassing story. Oof, I'll have to think about that. Do I want to go down that rabbit hole today, of all days? And when did I become a storyteller? That's what I want to know. I feel like I'm going to be made to say something I regret. I think I might leave this one there. Kind of like it at this point. Maybe just a very, very light blend here. Even sometimes blending isn't always the best option. Yeah, I'm going to leave that here. Done. Okay, I'm writing a story on you. That's hilarious. It's very difficult for me, says Zara, but I don't know why. I tell you why, Zara. Hold on, I just want to see if we got any more discussion about how to pronounce things correctly, because I really do not want to pronounce things incorrectly if at all possible. Safari Pilot Fountain Pen on Paper. Yeah, I used to do a lot of work just ink on paper. I enjoy it. I need to actually get back to it. Maybe even do it on the stream at some point. Yeah, you know, here's the thing, Zara. And we're going to just once again, you know, we give the generality disclaimer because it is a lot of generalities spoken. But generally, men exhibit anatomy. They don't have the softness that women have. You can get there's certain things you can get away with drawing women that you can't with men. And it's a lot to do with you can't hide behind curves, if that makes sense. The design language almost needs to be just a tad, I won't say more deliberate, but you know, there's something there. But yes, I think a lot of people struggle drawing males over females. And also I think it comes down to what you're used to drawing. You know, you develop a certain amount of design language for the female form if you draw it a lot, right? And it doesn't always translate in an elegant way to the male form, if that makes sense. Just remember what you put out there on the internet stays on the internet, says Margot. Oh yeah, I thank God the internet wasn't around when I was younger. Richard, here's a technical question for you. When doing your final lines, thick versus thin, how do you balance pure aesthetics versus describing form? Curious about your thought process. How do you balance pure aesthetics versus describing form? That's a really good question, TK, and I'm not sure I've got an elegant answer for you. Intuition. I know that's not the answer you probably want to hear. You probably want something a little bit more that you can work with, but it just comes down to intuition and experience. It really does. And I don't always get it right. Sometimes my intuition sucks. Can you say my name? Asks Trio Lido Eli. Okay, there's a butchering of a name. Well, there you go. You asked me to say your name and I completely butchered it. We'll just go with Trio. Yeah, hope you're doing well, Trio. What's up? Ninja music or sumo music. What's sumo music? Do you draw anime? Asked Trio. No, Trio, I do not. I'm going to reset the clock, folks. Look, let's see where we're at in the proceedings, right? Because we are halfway through this particular shindig, and we've only done 2 poses. You guys are just drawing way too slow today. See, that's the problem. Okay, so we've got 4 to do. So we need to have a little conversation about how we're going to divide our time here. Members get a vote, non-members do not. That's how this works, because it's a democracy. Well, let's start drawing the next pose. Now, we could just go 420s, but I think we can do better than that. And I've got a feeling that not this pose. Okay, so this pose, what we're about to do, this back pose, we've all done these types of back poses 1,000 times. We're going to keep this a tight 15 at the most, maybe quicker. All right? Right? Okay. Nothing worse than bad sitar. Have to go. That's actually a fair answer. I feel the same way. Yeah, I get it, TK. Liquid willow charcoal. Yeah, I've never worked with the liquid things in general, of those type of things. How are the black generals? Hemant, they're a little soft for my liking. They're not bad. They're great when you get to the tonal pass. But for the drawing pass, I find they're too soft. I need to take Jaeger's advice and go to the HBs. These are 3Bs. And they're just too soft. They're like softer than the 6B regular generals. Shit, I've already started the clock. Let me start drawing. I said a 15 for this one, didn't I? Okay, let's keep to that. I'm pushing, as we tend to do, I'm pushing this compression and extension by probably 10–15%. It will, I think the drawing will relax back down, but I just find it's a good way to maintain a bit of life in the old drawing. Now we can't see that oblique, but you know it's there. Or B, sorry, Jaeger, you're right, sorry, yeah, that's what I meant, was the B. Pre-recorded, says Legerp. What's pre-recorded, Legerp? This is pre-recorded? I think I've just proven it isn't. Right? If this is pre-recorded, I need to reassess my life. this was pre-recorded, it would be edited to keep people's attention and hopefully to sound interesting. Renee, hello. Liquid Willow was working with brush pens. If we start getting into stuff like that, then Jeffrey, and we're not just talking about, like, we're just talking ink, right? At the end of the day, like, you can say I came from Willow, but I don't know. I I haven't used it. I feel like it feels like marketing to me. This arm coming back this way, coming across. Sorry, just catching up with chat. Hola, Irma. Hailing from Mexico. Very welcome. Good to have you along. I tell you, it's one thing I get a huge kick out of with doing this stream is the globalness of it. And the fact that we've got, if I'm not mistaken, we've got Zara in Iran, we've got our friends in Mexico, Canada, United States. I know that there's others of you from other places, but it's just awesome. I do get a kick out of that. I love the global community aspect, right? We're all living around the world, getting on with our lives, all doing different stuff, but we can come together for something like this and just chill, as if we're all just in the same room, having a conversation. How nice is that? And if I'm lucky, I learn something about someone's culture or just them as a person. What a gift. Wow, what have I done? This is wrong. Okay, we'll fix it. Get rid of that. Now I just need to travel to some of these places. We had people on from last time, was it Thailand or the Philippines, Vietnam? Fantastic. No, Jacob. How do you pronounce that? Jacob or Jacob? I guess it depends where you're from, right? Well, welcome. All right, we got the Spanish speakers representing. Hi Richard, says Chelsea. Hey Chelsea. How do you store your charcoal drawings so that they don't smudge? Considering putting tissue in between. Thank you very much. Enjoy the stream. You're welcome. No, I just piles and piles of drawings, Chelsea. There's no real method to the madness. I do try and treat them quite delicately, but there's literally, well, I've got a pile of drawings right there from last year. There's over 1,000 from last year's streams. If I put a piece of tissue between every one, you can imagine it would get pretty crazy pretty quickly, right? So no, I just kind of try and be careful with them. But yeah, that's all you can do. Now, if you've got drawing that you're very, very fond of, and you feel the need to care for it in that way, there's nothing wrong with putting a bit of tissue between your drawings. Just don't think it would be too practical in my case. I would actually, like, you know, I work on newsprint. I would actually say when I ship drawings, I just put the drawing between a couple of sheets of newsprint. And I think that tends to take care of it. I've never had any complaints anyway about the condition of drawings arriving to people, so. Just going back here to some, hold on folks. Yeah, Rick, nice. And you're our people. Let there be peace on earth. Oh, Coke commercial, yeah. Wasn't that used at the end of Mad Men? Great ending. Great ending to a great show. I think the global presence started with the pandemic. Very, very likely that's correct, yeah. I accomplished so much when everything went online. Yeah, me too, I agree. Zara's, Richard, do you have any friends from Iran? Zara, that's a good question. I can't think specifically of people that I would say, oh yeah, that friend of mine is from Iran. But I've had many interactions over the years with, well, not many, I've had a few interactions over the years with Iranian musicians, and yeah, we had a lovely time, as I recall. But yeah, here's the thing, Zara, I don't have many friends at all anyway, and that's nothing, that's just by virtue of the life I lead. It's not a reflection on people or anything else. It's weird, you know, as you get older, you kind of, you know, you make an assessment of like, how many friends do I have? Like proper friends. Turns out that number can, it's actually, at least for me, it's actually quite low. Like a handful, you know? That would probably be about there, so I messed that up anyway. I'm just holding this stick through the form, something like that. I said a tough, hard 15 on this one, didn't I? All right. Well, that's okay. I think I've almost said what I wanted to say with this drawing anyway. Jacob, it says, hey, been following you for about a month, and because of you I've gone to 3 figure drawing classes. I'm from England, so it is a J. Jacob, yes, I figured as soon as I saw England. Loving the streams, so huge thank you. Jacob, you're very welcome, and thank you very much for the kind words. And that's wonderful to hear that you've been going to live figure drawing. It's a very, you know, very different experience to what we do here on the streams, but, you know, I think both are valid. Right? There's a place for both. All right. Yeah, we didn't come to any consensus on how long we're going to take on these poses, did we? Richard, did you finish watching Fallout? No, I didn't go back to it, Hemant. No, what can I say? They burn quicker without tissue. Very true, Doug. Although tissue go up actually pretty well, but you'd be burning twice as much. All right, next pose. Just keep moving. You're welcome, Chelsea. Sorry, I'm way behind on the... That was sitar music, briefly Constantaneous, but it had to go. Adored Mad Men. Yeah, it was very good, wasn't it? Very good show. Well, you know, it's funny, my dad grew up, or not grew up, my dad worked in New York. Actually, he worked for Seagram's in the 50s. He sold booze up and down the East Coast of America. It's how I got my American passport, as some of you may remember from that story, after the Second World War. But it's funny because when my half-sister, who's that bit older than me, saw it, she said that that was Dad's life. Like Mad Men was almost an exact kind of, you know, representation of how my dad rolled back in the 50s. Frick. I don't have many friends because I've punched them all. Maybe there's a metaphorical punching that's been had over the years for sure. That's a very good point. Richard, we must organize drawing workshop in Mexico City. Irma, I would love that. I'd love to come to Mexico City and, you know, teach. That would be awesome. Trio asks, hi Richard, have you tried painting like James Gurney do? He's not the only person who paints, Trio. Yeah, I've painted a bit, Trio. I've done quite a bit of digital painting back in the day when I was doing concept and visual development and art direction and all that kind of thing for film. So I've done a lot, a good bit of digital painting. Done a bit of traditional painting, a bit of oils, but I just tend to focus on drawing. All right, let's hit the next pose. There's our clock. This is quite a gestural pose. I think let's aim for another 15, right? It seems to make sense. If we go over, we go over. Now, this is the kind of pencil I like. You see, why can't they all be like this? Okay, that's what I need. I need a pencil company to want to make a signature pencil for me. Talk about absurd wish lists, but that's my dream, where I can get involved in the process. Because if I had my way, and I'm going to mess this drawing up with all of this talk, but if I had my way, every single charcoal pencil I use would be just like this one. And it's just another General 6B like all the others. But it draws beautifully. Doesn't mean I draw beautifully, but no, Lulu, you're just on time. We just started the first drawing. How convenient. Oh yeah, the Tombow monos, Margot. They are rather good, aren't they? Told you, I'm not going to steer you wrong. Although some people would argue I steered them wrong on the Generals. Looking at you, Doug. It's not my fault. The Generals evolved into something that I never agreed to. Okay, here's what we need. I need someone to arrange a life drawing workshop in India, and I'll do the Mexico one. India's the one that would really be useful to me. How can we make that happen? Do people even do figure drawing in India? Come on, Hemant, what's the deal? I need to find a way to pay for a trip to India. That's what I'm angling at here. strange mix of ideas for a song. For a minute there, it felt 70s. And then this. Interesting. Thank you, Trio. Wait, what happened to Italy? Tina, who's to say Italy can't happen too? The quality control would make General's a boutique brand. Yeah, when you have to throw away two out of 3 pencils or more. You can organize it, Irma? If you really think you can organize it, let's have a conversation. Please. Because I need help with those things if I'm to do them. Anyway, if you're serious, please shoot me an email. We'll figure something out. And Italy. Yeah, so we're thinking, well, I mentioned, what, Italy 2025, right? I need to find a way to gauge interest to see if that's something enough people would be interested in doing. Because what I don't want to do is go to all the trouble of booking something like that and trying to make it happen, and then, like, nobody shows up. Because it's a lot of work to organize. All right, let's keep going here. Where to start? So many ideas. All right. It's a fun music, isn't it? Oh, I just rolled over the last drawing. Oh well. Wasn't great anyway. disappointment. The song started off so well. Okay, I don't know if I can do more of that for right now. Okay. Yeah, figure drawing on a little low, but paintings are more. If you do come to India, I'll be there. But make it near Chennai. Yeah, look, I would love to go. Sure. Nice. Sounds good, Irma. And Italy would be good, wouldn't it? Diego? I agree. The idea with that would be, I like the idea of doing the workshops just maybe either in Florence or just outside Florence. Maybe like, 4 or 5 days, something like that. And then, go around some of the museums, cause a ruckus, the usual stuff. What about a class art week for Puerto Rico? Constantaneous. I'm happy to go anywhere and teach. Two out of 3 pencils are indeed not up to par. I think that the failure rate's a little higher than that, unfortunately, Lulu. Truth be told. Too high. Yeah, the music's a bit of fun. We'll have you travelling worldwide soon, Richard. It'd be fun. It'd be fun to just, a few weeks a year, hop on a few planes, and teach the class, teach the way it should be taught too. Would be nice, in person, working with people, giving feedback there and then. Like, so much to be said for that. There's our 15. Oh, that head is brutally incomplete. Where are we at time-wise? We've got 25 minutes, huh? All right. Fun pose. But please, not France. Don't worry, Rick. There's absolutely no way we're going to France. See you, Rick. You see that? Rick throws a bomb and then walks off. Let's see what's happening here. All right, Emma. Let's do it. Sounds good. Richard, have you ever tried drawing Force Theory by Michael Matisse? It really helps me when I study drawing. Okay, now you got me on a rant. Here's the thing. Michael Matisse's a fantastic artist. Let's just get that out of the way right up front, right? I think his book is very good. But the whole force theory thing is not, and that idea has been around for eons. It's just been repackaged, right? It's those ideas and those concepts have been going around for as long as figure drawing's been being done in one form or another. It's not a theory. Okay, I don't know how else to put it. I'm going to leave it there. Fiddles are the best. Maybe violins are better. Come to Bologna, even better. I have friends in Bologna. I have people I could stay with in Bologna, which is good. Okay, so we've got 23 minutes. So I'm trying to keep these things to 2 hours, right? This is why I'm, you know. Trying to capture the urgency of this pose, I think you mean, Margot? Mine just doesn't have enough action in it. Yeah, that pose is tricky. Yeah, there you go. I need to go to the General's factory, have a talk. Do you ever reverse engineering a conversation? Just wondered what that would sound like. Oh, you're asking Lulu. Okay. Richard, not in the mood for a story, I guess. My brain is just not in that space today, Hemant. It's not that I'm, you know, some days I've got a story to tell, others I don't. Today's one of those days I don't. I'd probably be dead silent if I visit one of your live sessions. It'd be nice to, honestly, it'd be nice to have other people be able to talk rather than type. It's the one thing I think that Well, it is what it is, isn't it? It's just the design of this situation. But it'd be so nice if I wasn't the only one having to constantly, you know, flap my gums. Force sensitive. Please do, Emma. I thought it was a theory. Trio. Putting energy and okay, I'm not going to get into it. It's not, you could argue it's a theory. It's not his theory. It's an idea that's been around forever. Bringing line of action and energy into your drawing. It's not a new idea. I have a bunch of Mike's books. Cool, good. Yeah, look. That's great, and I think that he's got a lot of valid points, but I just, the way it's packaged, it makes it sound like it's a new idea, and it's not. What food do you like? Asks Hemant. Let's start this new pose. Now we've got 2 poses left, and we've got 20 minutes. So I'm going to vote for 2 10-minute poses. How about that? What food do you like? I like a lot of different food. I am very partial to Indian food though, Hemant. Let me warn you. We have and you know, look, I've never been to India, so you could make an argument that I haven't had traditional Indian food, although I think I have. I've been to enough Indian people's homes where they've served up some pretty legit stuff. But we have a restaurant in London called Dishoom. Now, it's not strictly Indian, but damn, is it good. It's like Indo-Persian food, I think it would be called. It's really good. Really, really good. There's food from LA that I really miss. Silly things, but yeah. Now, where's this knee? This knee is about here. You guys want a slightly off the beaten track reference for people to look at for gesture and force and that type of thing. Even though it will be packaged very differently, go check out Walt Stanchfield's books, or the books done on his lectures. You'll see a lot of ideas there. There's a lot of comments I've missed. Anyway, I won't go back to all of them. I have been to video drawing sessions. They tend to get chaotic. Keeping politics out of the convo is exponentially more difficult from my experience, at least. Not on this stream, it ain't. I have trouble turning my figures' hips in perspective. Edward, then we need to talk. Because you need to be thinking volumetrically, and then you'll get past that. First of all, go, if you, at the risk of, you know, promoting my own stuff, go check out my video on the ACEs. I think that'll be a good place to start. I vote for 1 20-minute pose for the realistic approach. I don't know where, I think it's too late for that now. For fish and chips, do I use codfish, fillet, or another type? Cod's always a good place to start. Cod will work. Also, do I beer batter it? And what potatoes do I get? Constantaneous. You're going to have to ask someone else. I'm not a chef. I'll draw for you. I won't give you cooking lessons, I'm afraid, because I don't know. I've never made it. I buy it. Do you draw animals too, Austria, like horses or something? I've heard from someone it will help to understand it. It will help me to understand the anatomy. Yes, I do. To answer your question, animal drawing is absolutely, you know what, it's actually on the cards for this stream at some point. And like drawing the figure, I think it's super useful to understand some of the large anatomical ideas for the animals. Now, luckily, they're not crazy difficult to learn. But we will, when we do get round to doing the animal drawing, we will absolutely look at some animal anatomy while we're at it. Oh, I've messed this drawing up. Okay, let's move this manubrium up a little to about here. Okay. I've made a pig's ear of this drawing. Yeah, I'm off my game now. I know it. Yeah, Walt Stanchfield. That's close. Walt Stanchfield. That spelling will get you in the ball. That'll get you where you need to go. Walt Stanchfield. There's a lot to unpack with Walt Stanchfield stuff. Well, he's one of the original OGs. You wouldn't say original saying OG, would you? But you know, you want to get to some of the source material for some of these big ideas. He's a pretty good place to start. And his stuff is actually surprisingly easy to read. As I said, there was a compilation made of the Walt Stanchfield lectures that I believe, I'm going to butcher this, I'm going to say he gave a bunch of lectures in the 70s, maybe earlier, probably earlier. Anyway, someone compiled those lectures, and you can get them in book form. And I learned more from the Walt Stanchfield stuff than just about anyone else as far as books go. Especially if you want to start talking about gesture, lines of action, animation type stuff. His knowledge was encyclopedic. And I don't think he gets nearly enough credit. God, I've messed this drawing up in a most royal way. It's frustrating. Are you guys going on about food still, huh? Jeffrey's out. Take care, Jeffrey. Ba-ba-bum. All right, where are we at? 3 more minutes. I forget even how long we're meant to do this drawing. Probably this is not the right amount of time. As you can tell, I'm a bit flustered. All right, I'm done with this drawing. It's enough. Whatever. All right, let's move on. Matilda, yes, well, the puppy's name is Penny. It's still Penny. Penelope, which I prefer slightly. But it's probably going to stick with that for now. I'm not crazy about it, but you know what? It's just a name. I'm crazy about her. That's what matters, right? She is Awesome. Oh. Alright, come on. Just need one pencil to cooperate. Let's go with this little micro guy. Okay. Can I see the Poochie? Next stream, I can't do it today because my wife's not here. Next stream, she'll make an appearance. Okay, on Monday, I promise. All right, last pose. We're just gonna hit this as a 5, guys. Thanks, Lily. All right, 5 minute. Yeah, this guy's been a fun model to draw. Wasn't quite sure how it would go, but I think he's been good. Take care, Margot. You have to dip. Have a great weekend yourself. Thanks. Yes, thank you. Yes, that's an awesome idea. People that hit the like button are even more awesome. And free, allegedly. So it's great value for money. There's our 5. All right. I'm gonna call it. I can tell I've completely run out of steam. So it's not like this drawing is magically gonna get better as time goes on. Well, look, what can I say? We had high points, maybe a couple of low points, but we got through it. Sorry for the rants. Thanks, Tina. Do appreciate it. Let me just see. Yeah, guys, look, that was fun. It really was. He was a great model. And thanks, Tina. You say you appreciate the diversity and selection of models. Yeah, look, I'm not going to lie. It gets harder and harder. It does get harder and harder to keep that diversity in models. And in actual fact, I wish there was a lot more diversity. We've talked about it a number of times on the stream. I'm at the mercy of having just a couple of sources for figures that we can use. I have reams of photos of models on my computer that we just simply don't have the rights to use, which is it's really unfortunate, because I would love to be drawing an even wider range of body types and variety, but I am at the mercy of the 2 kind of companies that have allowed me to use their stuff, and I don't want to start using the images that I simply don't have the rights to use. They're not my images to use. So it's tough, you know, and we're like 140 odd streams in now, and I've tried to keep as much variety as possible. I am literally running out of models. And there are some models that I like to go back and revisit, you know, just because they're really good or for whatever reason. I would love there to be more older models, more variety in body shapes. Not everyone is an Adonis, and yet so many of these model pack companies feel the need to just provide, you know, athletes, which is, I guess they're trying to cater to a particular audience, I guess. It's a shame that they don't see the need for a bit more variety as well. Anyway, with that said, we will be back on Monday, and Monday is our exploration stream. We've done a few anatomies for the last ones, right? Hands, feet. What else did we do? Oh yeah, we did the Michelangelo stuff, the David. I'm not sure what we will do on Monday. I'm going to give it some thought. We might do more master copies. We might pick another piece of anatomy. let's see. It'll largely depend on what mood I'm in on Monday morning, if I'm honest. But in the meantime, Skulls next, says Lulu. Oh yeah, we did knees. We did knees last Monday. Thanks, Hemant, you're right. Skulls next week. Let's see. Let's see. We might work our way up to Skulls. I don't know. And the master copies too, which I really enjoyed the Michelangelo one. I wouldn't mind maybe doing some Bernini next. But let's see, or Pontormo possibly could be an interesting one too. Although I do like the idea of working from sculpture rather than just directly from other drawings. Let's see, as I said. But we will be back on Monday. Thanks so much for the support, everyone. Really do genuinely appreciate it. As I said, if you wouldn't mind, if you have a moment, hit the like button. That would be really useful. Also, please spread the word about the streams. That would also, you want to do something to help me, just mentioning it to one other person would be a fantastic way to help the stream. Yeah, Bernini would be fun, right? Yeah, I think that could be a good one, right? Let's see. And the animals. Animals is another direction I want to go in. I need to do it for myself as well, you know? Let's see. In the meantime, it's Thursday. You can hear that weekend just off on the horizon. Have a fantastic weekend, everyone. And please look after yourselves. And I'll see you all next week on Monday. Cheers. Take care. Bye.